Welcome back to Ken's Quizzes. 100 general knowledge questions everyone should know. Which is the first country to send humans to the moon? United States. Who was the first president of the USA? George Washington. What is acrophobia? Fear of heights. What is the last letter of the Greek alphabet? Omega. What is the result of the 50% of 200? 100. Which is the lightest metal? Lithium. Which country is known as the land of windmills? Netherlands. Which is the first country to issue plastic currency? Australia. What is the chemical name of vitamin A? Retinol. Which country is the leading producer of diamonds? Russia. What is the name of the Japan's parliament? Diet. What is the value of the expression 5 factorial? 120. Which country was the first to adopt written constitution? United States. Which city is known as the Chocolate City? Washington, D.C. What is exobiology? Study of life in outer space. What is the capital of the USA? Washington, D.C. Where is Angel Falls located? Venezuela. What is tachophobia? Fear of speed. What year did America achieve independence from England? 1776. What is the motto of the Olympic Games? Faster, higher, stronger. Who is the Iron Lady of the United Kingdom? Margaret Thatcher. Who is the world's first woman astronaut? Valentina Tereshkova. How many keys are there in an ordinary piano? 88. What is the name of the residence of the Queen of England? Buckingham Palace. Which is the largest airport in the world by area? King Fahd International Airport. What is the name of the currency of Egypt? Egyptian pound. If a car travels 60 kilometers per hour for 2 hours, how far will it have traveled? 120 kilometers. What is the capital of Austria? Vienna. Who discovered blood groups? Karl Landsteiner. What is considered Spain's traditional national game? Bullfighting. Which city is the largest contributor to India's GDP? Mumbai. Which of the following is a perfect square? '64. What is dactylography? The study of fingerprints. Where is the International Court of Justice located? The Hague. Which vitamin stops bleeding and acts like an internal bandage? Vitamin K. Which country introduced the concept of civil service exams? China. Who established the first blood bank? Bernard Fentus. What is limnology? Study of freshwater systems. What is the result of dividing 100 by 0.5? 200. What does GPRS stand for? General Packet Radio Service. What is the national sport of China? Table tennis. What is the name of the playing area of baseball? Diamond. What is the chemical name of vitamin D? Calciferol. Which country has the most billionaires? China. Which is the first country to give voting rights to women? New Zealand. What is the name of the currency of Belgium? Euro. What is the lifespan of red blood cell? 120 days. What is the old name of Taiwan? Formosa. What is the product of the first three prime numbers? Thirty. What is the chemical name of vitamin C? Ascorbic acid. Which country was the first to use postage stamps? United Kingdom. Where is the famous painting Mona Lisa displayed? Louvre Museum, Paris. Which place is known as the Workshop of Europe? Belgium. Which country is the leading producer of tea? China. Which planet has the most gravity? Jupiter. Which international tennis event is held on the grass court? Wimbledon. Which planet spins the fastest? Jupiter. Which planet has the fastest orbit? Mercury. Which is the longest highway in the world? Pan American Highway. What is xenophobia? Fear of dogs. What is the expansion of NASA? National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Who wrote the book Origin of Species? Charles Darwin. Who said man is a tool-making animal? Benjamin Franklin. What is the Russian term for astronaut? Cosmonaut. Name the river that carries the maximum quantity of water into the sea. Amazon River. What is paleontology? Study of ancient life. Where is the headquarters of the United Nations organizations located? New York City. Which is the biggest library in the world? Library of Congress, USA. What does OMR stand for? Optical mark recognition. Which city is known as the Empire City? New York. Which country is known as the country of copper? Zambia. Which place in the world is known as the Golden State? California. Who invented the Richter scale? Charles Richter. Who had the policy of one people, one state, and one leader? Adolf Hitler. Which city is the biggest center for the manufacture of automobiles in the world? Detroit, USA. What is the name of the parliament in the USA? Congress. What is Golaganda? Ice desert. Who is known as the man of destiny? Napoleon Bonaparte. Where were the first Olympics held? Greece. Who wrote the book As You Like It? William Shakespeare. Who was the first Governor General of Pakistan? Muhammad Ali Jinnah. How many sides does a hexagon have? 6. Who wrote the book War and Peace? Leo Tolstoy. What is ailurophobia? Fear of cats. Who wrote the book Memories of Second World War? Winston Churchill. Which country awards the Pulitzer Prize? United States. Who is known as the King of Spin? Shen Wan. What is echolophobia? Fear of darkness. What is the capital of Australia? Canberra. What is pathology? Study of rocks. What is nephology? Study of clouds. Which country is known as the land of fire and ice? Iceland. Which is the smallest positive even number? 2. What does toilet mean? Available for rent. What is the expansion of USB? Universal serial bus. At what temperature are Fahrenheit and Celsius equal? Minus 40 degrees. Name the pair of countries that the Karakoram Highway connect. Pakistan and China. Where is the headquarters of UNESCO located? Paris. How much of Earth's surface is covered by forests? – 30%. Where on Earth is there no centripetal force? At the poles. Write your score in the comment box. Subscribe for more educational videos like this.